are awake and ready.
Ready.
Okay. Um, just a couple of things. I don't have Wi-Fi, so if I drop, I will be back. I've got two things my husband set up for me so I can switch back and forth. We're just having hot spots, all we have. So, um, and the second thing is I open my home out of order that work for me. So I don't follow the traditional. Um, okay. So I'd like for you to take a few moments to really settle to your body. And it doesn't matter what position that you're in, I want you to be very comfortable where you can feel grounded and a sense of everything around being safe. So if at any time you need movement or another blanket, anything that allows you to feel more comfortable in your body, please feel free to do that. And we'll take a few moments to feel where we feel grounded, or if we feel grounded. So, whatever parts of your body are touching, what is giving you support, bring your mind into those sensations.
Come on, come here.
Sorry, what?
I'll just make sure everyone's muted. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And feeling the sensations of your body and the support that you have at your feet, and maybe where you're sitting, perhaps at your back. Maybe you're lying down. And once you feel in touch with those sensations and those grounding aspects, let's take a moment to bring our left hand to our heart space, to touch in with how the emotions are feeling today. Maybe you did get up very early and you're a little sleepy. Maybe you've been up for a while and there's some things going through the body. There's always some energy. So let's get in touch with that energy just for the briefest of moments. And then we'll take that left hand to whatever makes you feel grounded. So if that is a place of earth, if you're seated, if that's beside you in your bed or your chair, you're going to consider all of those spots, grounding spots of the earth. And knowing that the earth does support us and holds us. No matter what she may be going through, she is there for us. And if an image of something that in nature brings you much closer to that image of the earth, go ahead and let your mind go there. It doesn't have to be anything grandiose. It can be the butterfly on my shirt or a beautiful tree. Can be your favorite vacation. How did that earth hold you? Bring you into contact with all other beings from which we all came. Realizing this is where many of the great teachers did teach, was out in nature. Where the Buddha held up a flower and Ananda reached enlightenment. And think of Tara with the star, wisdom moon. And with that, I think of the ancestors. Personally, I don't think of my actual ancestral line. Think of the line of ancestors that came from this place of earth and nature. The birds, vegetables, the trees, the grass that I can run my feet through, a beautiful body of water from where all life came forth from. Your ancestors can be anything where you feel that connection of support and guidance. When I consider the ancestral line of what gives me the most support when I'm out walking in nature and I hear the birds singing, and I wonder what language they are talking to each other with, which also makes me think of texts. Texts that are very sacred, that I may not always know the meaning to, nor do I have to. Texts that speak to my heart, that ground me through the earth, that remind me where I came from. When I walk by a tree that has had the bugs or the woodpeckers making all of their symbols on those trees, the trees that are strong enough to hold that through the gift of the earth and their roots and other trees. Just like the birds, I think of what ancient text could this be? And while I'm walking and feeling the earth, feeling my community, which many times is not humans, but the community of these things that have all linked together. My feet up on the ground, or maybe I'm sitting underneath the tree and leaning back and letting it hold me. feeling the energy, feeling what those texts may be like, what the energy may be trying to just hold me, and I don't have to figure anything out. So my community then becomes all of these things: the earth, the land, the water, the sky, the trees, the birds, the plants that we may eat, or that I went out and covered up my raised beds so that the worms could be warm for the winter time. All of the pollinators that are hibernating that I can't even see, waiting to emerge. A community that I cannot see, but that I know supports me. Those unseen beings that I may have researched and read about, but the unseen beings that I have to open my heart to, sometimes by truly using myself and my mind to do so, to those deities that support us, to those unseen beings that we have no idea. Sometimes we feel the energy just like we might under the tree. And sometimes the energy just comes and we're not quite sure where that came from. And it can be from so many different things: ancestors from past lives, or ancestors that are here, that walked this earth before I was fortunate enough to be on this land. Ancestors who gave everything for this land, and whose spirits are still with us. Our community can be so huge when we stop and consider how many ways we are supported and held by this community. These deities, these energies. And it brings me to silence, because then there's this awe that comes upon me of so many things of surrender that I just don't know. And it may feel insignificant, and it may feel huge. Watching the meteor shower the other night and being in such awe of what is even beyond what I can possibly imagine. The different colors, the vastness. Brings me to a place of silence and awe of all of it, of the earth, of these ancestors, of the community, of our texts and languages, of the deities, of the community. And even though I may be silent myself while these things are going on, I rejoice in the fact that I can listen to these beautiful things or see these things, and I'm so grateful. Knowing that inside me somewhere when I can stop long enough to think about that for even a moment or touch that this is what my true nature is. And that's what the true nature of all of us are. Is when I feel overwhelmed by things that are outside my control. And I feel like what I do does not make a difference. Remembering all of these things that have been around for longer than we even know, and definitely more than we can imagine. That it does matter, and we can align ourselves with that energy, with those that have gone before us and are here with us now. Realizing that I myself am already filling the role of ancestor to my grandchildren. These 7 homecomings are completely inclusive and leaves no one and nothing out. They are the most beautiful expression of emptiness I've ever encountered. And so full of everything and everyone. So I invite you to take a few moments to breathe into these and see if one today resonates with you just a little bit deeper. If the energy we started with has shifted, perhaps, maybe into another part of the body, or if it's just like it was. It's not ever to make anything right or wrong. It's just to be. What a gift to just be. And perhaps on your next inhalation, you bring your hand back to your heart center, as when we started the practice, to touch in with this center of the body that holds so many things. Allow yourself a few moments to do some inhaling, perhaps some nice slow exhales. And then very, very gentle movements. If you've been lying down, Be gentle with the movements there. If you're seated and relaxed, maybe just some fingers and toes, or some gentle movement through the shoulders and the back. Maybe a nice stretch, especially if anyone else is here from the East Coast. And then we'll rub the palms together. And bringing them into our heart center, I invite you to bow to whatever felt most resonating with you today. And perhaps that's even making the butterfly fingers and interlacing the thumbs where the fingers come near the collarbones, where it feels like the whole chest is maybe getting a little bit of love and support. Thank you all for being here this morning.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Eli, he's so, yeah, so sweet. It's so wonderful to see him there this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is the first time. Yesterday we tried Medicine Buddha for the first time, and today we tried this on
Wow.
camera for the first time, not just with them twirling around and throwing things at me. So they actually sat for some of it. You saw they were looking at you and they kept pointing, going, "Oh." So I think they liked it. They just woke up, so good time to catch them for this.
Awesome. So precious.
Thank you, everybody.
Anyone have any questions or comments? Right. May you have a wonderful, or even just an okay day.
Thank you. I hurt myself and I was in pain, and this absolutely helped.
Oh, good, good.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Karen Ziegler will be leading our meditation next week, so I hope folks can make it.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Joe.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Audrey.
Bye, Auntie.